Greetings, one and all. This is vk3sl, and welcome to our evening program. And
Good evening, Steve.
Hello to you, Frank. How are you?
Listeners.
Yeah.
This is VK3JR.
And it's good to hear from you, Frank. And how you been?
I've been good. I was listening to some good jazz tonight.
Oh, fantabulous!
On the radio.
On the radio. So, well, who were the artists? Any standouts?
No, it's old stuff. It was featuring George Shearing.
Okay.
Playing with various groups.
Sure.
Various singers, I should say. Peggy Lee and Dakota Staton. Nat King Cole. They did albums while they were all at Capitol together.
Okay.
And they stand up very well.
Oh, yeah, they do. All those Capitol sessions. They had very high production standards, didn't they, back then?
Extremely high,
yeah. Fantastic. Good one. All right. Well, yeah, I was sort of taken on that journey this afternoon. I did enjoy listening to all that Billie Holiday we played on our afternoon session today.
It was it just makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Oh, it certainly does. Now, I was listening this evening to an interview with Teddy Wilson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because you're right, he was teaching at Juilliard.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I was a bit concerned I'd given you a wrong steer.
No, that's the case. He's a very dignified, quietly spoken, he's... Yeah, I think he's one of these very adaptable, personable people. I don't think he was into the hijinks. I think he was one of the more one of those artists who just made everyone work well together. I get a sense that he was very much a convener.
I think he hung back from the hijinks, as you say.
Yeah, I think so.
But how would you feel being in his class?
I know. Absolutely amazing. Incredible. There's recordings of his going up to the 1980s. He was.
Yeah, but just having access to him, and grabbing him after class and saying, "Can you got time for a coffee?"
I know. Just imagine the stories. I mean, my gosh. Yeah.
He's played with the who's who, hasn't he?
Absolutely. In every generation, going way back. It's incredible. Yeah, he was an absolute key figure in the jazz world.
Well, I'd love to hear the interview.
Yeah, so I'll save that up. We'll see if we can feature it.
So you're going to play some Bach tonight,
yes, indeed, I am. And I'll start off with just a couple of little sort of small items just to get the ball rolling, and then I was going to feature some Marcel Meyer this evening and hear her play some Bach, and also maybe a selection or two of Debussy and Ravel as well. And she is very much an exponent of the French school and had a close association with both Debussy and Ravel, and Les Six as well. And there's a fabulous duet with Marius, with Mio as well. And
yes, he's a very interesting composer.
Yes, I love his music. I think it's really quite adventurous and jazz.
I like what I've heard too.
Yeah, so we might feature a little bit of that as well. So we'll play a few things.
Would be good.
Yay. All right, something really weird and wonderful to kick off. Like, this is a gramophone Monarch record. No, it's a G&T, very early 78, going back to the turn of the century. This one's from 1902. And it features Gennaro Volpe, V-O-L-P-E. He was a mandolin player. And so this is sort of, pretty much at the very beginning of the ride. But it's fascinating to hear this instrumental music going way back. And, I mean, this artist was when you think of it, active very much in the 19th century.
I think the mandolin's a lovely instrument.
It is a beautiful instrument, and it's a little serenade by himself. So he's playing his own composition here on a G&T from 1902. Mr. Volp playing his own music, a little serenade recorded in 1902.
Very nice.
It actually sounded really good. It captured beautifully into the horn, and when you think about it, that's an acoustic process through and through, isn't it?
Totally, and not a bad signal to noise either.
No, in fact, they're often quite impressive on these very, very early recordings. I don't know, they must have really got their systems well aligned, and I imagine with an instrument like the mandolin, with its impulse, with its articulation.
Yeah, the transients.
There's transients, yes. You'd have to get pretty close in.
I mean, it's not a brass band, is it?
Exactly. You'd have to climb into the horn, really.
Right.
Maybe he did. Maybe he had a little cavernous experience with his mandolin climbing into the funnel. But it came across well. I just found in the pile another very early recording, and this one from 1906. And it features the Columbia Orchestra. And I don't have many of these. These are the very early Columbia discs before they had their more elaborate Reno records, and they sort of went through a much more flamboyant sort of presentation later on. But the early Columbias are very plain, and they had a small label, and they're all single-sided, had a ridge around the edge like the very early 78s all did.
Like my Caruso record.
Yes,
and
that's
my
right.
Bilba.
Yes, indeed. They all would have had ridges. Yeah. And so this is the same. It has got a ridge, and we'll hear the Blue Danube Waltz. Now, I haven't even tested this, but I'm hoping it will work. We'll give it its initiation here. I don't know. Well, wait a minute. See if our systems are in order. Maybe not. I might have to restart the noise cancelling here. Let's see. Bear with me. That's not happening yet. I know why. Bear with me, folks. I just have to switch over. I've run out of PowerPoints in here. So
you need those boards. You got boards?
Well, I've got about 200 boards in here, and I don't know if I need 201.
Must be drawing a bit of juice.
Yes, I think so, and a lot of redundancy as well, of course. But
well, that's good.
But yes, there are too many boards in this room, and one of the power boards had a failed switch, so I'm having to sort of manage that, but that's okay. It's all good. It's mainly because now with the 78s up, since Mr. Fleming very kindly donated a little compressor or a compander, what I'm doing is I'm putting the 78s through the compander first and then into the noise reduction. Now, that has the effect of expanding the signal, so the noise reduction is just that little bit more effective, I've found. It's
That's
actually...
interesting. They can work in aid of each other.
Yes, it seems like it. It seems there's quite a good synergy. So that's what I'm noticing. So I'm quite pleased with this. And, see what you think. I've been doing it for quite a few weeks now. But we'll hear now the Blue Danube Waltz, played by the Columbia Orchestra in 1906.
Blue Danube Waltz, played by Columbia Orchestra.
Okay, that captured very well indeed.
Certainly did.
Yes, for a recording, it's probably over 120 years old because, now let's look at the date here. Yes, the patent date, the latest one's 1904. Yes, here we go, 1906. Yeah, so just under 120
Well,
years
it's 120 next year.
Yeah, and captured very well. They only announced records at the very, very beginning. They stopped announcing flat records quite early on. So, yes, it's
a very
interesting.
good idea.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Well,
So, yeah, might as well give people all the information. For cylinders, it was sort of the only way for a while because... well, I think that, they often have the title transcribed on the edge, but it sort of just made life a lot easier for cylinders.
sure.
Okay. Or the very first cylinders, of course, didn't have anything at all. Didn't have any identification. I think they had a paper slip inside. So
Oh, I tell you, gosh, if you got your slips mixed up,
yes,
you wouldn't know
you'd be in strife. Yeah. Next one is an Edwardian pot boiler. This song sort of exemplifies the parlour music as it was, and it is absolute. This is Edwardian kitsch in the extreme. Now, tune is Hearts and Flowers.
Oh, yes.
So,
It used to be played as it's on the edge of serials.
yes, that's right.
With the soapies.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and this is pretty early. This is also probably around about 1910. It's or before the First World War. It's on an early Aeolian Vocalion disc. So let's have a listen to Hearts and Flowers, some Edwardian kitsch to kick off the program. of its stylistic elements there.
Oh, yeah.
And
Talk about milking the situation.
oh, totally. And it had a middle section which I hadn't heard before. You always just hear the sort of the theme and the, without the whole context. So
Yeah.
there's a bit more to it. But no, I like the unison playing. I wonder who the musicians were. There's no credit to them on the label at all. But
No.
yeah, it's sort of Titanic era, that record.
That's right, yeah. Early 20th.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, there we have it. That's our little sort of
Very good.
entrant. Now, we're going to feature the music of Marcel Meyer, and I can provide a little bit of information about
Marcel
him.
with an E-double-L-E.
Yeah, Marcelle, correct.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
yeah.
right. And there's a little bit of bio here on one of the YouTube clips. I'll just read this bio and just to provide some context. And it says, Meyer was a remarkable artist who was a key figure in the creation of new music in Paris in the early 20th century. Satie's favourite pianist. She was coached by Debussy on how to play his preludes and played with Ravel, premiered works by Les Six and recorded with Mio and Poulenc. She was as natural in her approach to 18th century works as she was in her delivery of the latest compositions penned by her friends and colleagues. In the late 40s, she recorded the most substantial set of Scarlatti sonatas at the time and made the world premiere recording of Rameau's complete keyboard music in 1953.
I'd love to hear the Scarlattis.
Yeah, I'll play some. And
Yeah, I'd love to.
yeah,
I've got a record of them by someone else, a box set. Anyway, carry on.
oh, right, great, yeah. And in 1954, Ravel cycle won a Grand Prix du Disque in 1954, absent from the catalogue for a quarter of a century from her premature death in 1958 until the 1980s. She started to at last earn a posthumous international reputation as one of the finest pianists to have recorded, with a studio output totaling equivalent to 17 CDs. Okay, a handful of broadcast recordings of the pianist were issued by Tara label. Okay, and I think we're going to experience, yes, we'll start with one of those. And here, this is a broadcast from Swiss Radio in about 1950. And when was she born? About 1890 something. So 1896, I think she was born. So yeah, and she did, look, sadly, she died in, I think, about 1961. She died of cancer, and yeah, she was sort of cut short because usually pianists, they live on. But look, her recording output is significant, and it's so interesting to hear her music. And I love French music, and I love the way French pianists play because there's so much colour and spice and effervescence. It's very, very different aesthetic to the very weighty German style of playing.
Yes.
And
A lot of delicacy there.
there is. It's very. It's got that wonderful aerated quality.
Yeah.
But let's have a listen to some Chabrier. I think there's a couple of pieces of Chabrier on this. I'll see what they tell us here on our list. And yeah, there's a Paysage and Minuet Pompeau. So I don't know much about Chabrier. This is recorded quite late. And I'll play these, the two works. They go for about 10. And then we'll just take a little break. And then there's a little bit of Debussy, which I'd love to hear because she had that close association with Debussy, which I think is just fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyhow, let's start with some Chabrier. Yeah, Two Pieces by Emmanuel Chabrier, and it wasn't España.
I was going to say, that's about all you ever hear.
That's all you do over here.
España is Chabrier's Bolero.
It is. Defines him. I don't think he would have been happy with that.
He was unhappy, I know.
Yeah, apparently he spent most of his life as a civil servant, and he actually studied law.
Did he really?
Yes, but his parents didn't approve of him as his musical pursuits. So he sort of his composing was a part-time pursuit, it says here, and it was only later in his life, not long before he passed away, sadly, that he sort of took up music full time. But interestingly, because he didn't have any formal training, he didn't attend any of the institutions, he developed a very personal style. And I really enjoyed the humour in that music.
Yes, there's a lot of sort of witty humour.
Yeah, it is. And there's a little touch of pathos there as well at times, I felt. There's just a shade. Fascinating. It's really quite lovely to hear that. And
She's got a lovely light touch.
she does. And she's very... I really like the way she characterises the music. That last little minuet, that sounded to me like a telephone ring with that little octave trill.
She's very responsive to the mood of the minute, isn't she?
Yeah, very much so. This is a live broadcast from 1950. Now, the next one on the broadcast, I'll just play one more from this file, and then we'll play some Scarlatti and Bach. This is significant because it's an etude by Debussy, and she didn't record this, I don't think, elsewhere, so it's sort of live. And the very fact that she worked with Debussy is hugely significant because of his influence would have been strong, and when you think of what a seminal figure he is. So here we go. Let's have an etude and another Swiss Radio live broadcast featuring Marcel Meyer. there we go. Music of Debussy, played by Marcel Mayer. An etude. Yes, I love the way she aerates the music. Very French.
I'm sure Debussy would have totally approved.
I'm sure he would have. Yeah. Let's have a listen to just a little bit of Mio, because Mio made a recording with her as a four-hand piano, whatever it is, duet, quartet, and in 1938. And I'd like to have listened to the last. I'll just jump ahead. I haven't got movements on this, but we'll just fade in. I think the last one's called Brazil. Brasileira it is. So I think this will be around about the timestamp, and we'll just fade this in and just have a little of Darius Mio and Marcel Mayer playing together. Bravo, there we go. That captured the mood. Brasileira from Scaramouche by Darius Mio. And
very full on, wasn't it?
It was fabulous. I love its raw energy. That was great. Yeah, they were cascading. They were in sync, for sure. Now, I just realised there's one other work from that era I'd like to play before we sort of go Baroque. And that is, I'd like to hear Ondine from Gaspard de la Nuit by Ravel. And this is the sort of, it's considered to be the hardest thing ever written for the piano. The Gaspard suite, it's really difficult. And I mean, a lot of pianists, it's sort of like a rite of passage is to learn this work. And Ondine's really quite special because it's highly programmatic. What does it say here? It's the tale of the water nymph singing to seduce the observer into visiting her kingdom deep at the bottom of the lake. And so you've got that rippling effect in this wonderful seductive line, this beautiful legato line that sort of transcends the water. And of course the water's got to sound like it's flowing, and the use of the pedal, it's so critical. It's all got to work together.
All about timing.
It is about timing and about sort of just waiting and creating that legato in the right hand. So yeah, we'll hear Ondine from Gaspard and by Maurice Ravel. And of course Marcel had a close association with Ravel and his music as well. She recorded, I think, all of his music at different times. But here we have Ondine. those woven cascades. And yes, the water nymph certainly took me under. Magnificent writing, my God, it's a wonderful piece. And she played it beautifully. I love it. Yeah, one of the hardest things to play on the piano. It's just so repetitious, and to make it sound like it's not a machine, it's not a sewing machine.
That's right.
To give it its variance and character. Yeah, marvellous stuff. All right, well, we'll now move on and hear one of the Scarlatti sonatas. They're all very highly regarded. I was looking at the reviews, and she's held in the highest esteem for her Scarlatti playing.
Yeah.
So but what I will do is see if we can concentrate on K27, I think is the one that everyone raves about. It says
Right, I don't really know many of them by number.
Yeah.
There are 555 of them.
Yes, there's a lot of music. It's vast archive. 500, it's staggering.
I've got a recording of some of them played by the bloke who is Kirkpatrick.
Oh, right, okay.
And he did the that assembling of them.
Yes.
And it's actually played on a not a harpsichord, but like a virginal.
Oh, really?
It's not a clavichord.
Okay. Has it got a muted sort of sound?
Yes, it's a clavichord, I think.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, that sounds great.
It's muted, but you have got capacity to play to a degree loud and soft.
Ah, that's great. That would make a difference. That would be a bit of a game changer for me.
It was good. Yes, it was. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I do like the sound of the clavichord, and it perhaps more so than the enduring ring of the harpsichord. I find the transients don't. I find I get fatigued.
That a lot of people find that.
Yeah, and so I love the sound. I love the flavour of the sound, and I love the sort of sparkling quality.
Yeah,
and I actually think harpsichord works really well in jazz.
Oh, it does. It cuts through fantastically.
It does. It really adds flavour, and I love hearing
the cut through of it too.
Yeah, I mean, Artie Shaw thought so, and others did too. I mean, I think that it's interesting. That's another topic. But yes, clavichord, if you're really listening for the lines and the dialogue between the lines and the characterisation of the different musical voices.
This vinyl that I have is at a very low level.
Okay.
The sound is at a very low level.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you sort of you hear the vinyl roar, do you?
Yeah, you get a bit of the crackle and pop.
Yeah, but that's never a problem.
But it's the old Mr. It's Kirkpatrick is his name.
Okay, very good. Oh, we'll have to feature that at some point. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I easily give it to you.
Yeah, we could look them up and just I'm sure it's all there in the public domain.
Oh, it would be, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it would be, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be nice to hear it. Well, we'll hear now Marcel, and she's going to play for us K27, that sonata. So, we'll have we'll hear some of her Scarlatti playing, which is very, very highly regarded. So, and then we'll follow on this with a little bit of Bach before we close. remarkable
Oh,
performance.
boy.
It was so clear, so pristine.
Could hear every note, and it was just
Absolutely.
played beautifully flowing stuff.
Yes, it just had the right lightness of touch to make the music lift and just become alive. Oh, really enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she recorded all 57, or she recorded 57 of them anyhow.
Oh, well, that's about a tenth of it.
Yes, that's right. So we've got a good sample of the
That's a
Scarlattes.
wonderful sample, though, isn't it?
Yeah, fabulous, really fabulous. I'm inspired. I want to listen to all of those. I'll be listening while I'm walking to work.
Oh, yeah.
Although my little earbuds went through the washing machine, Frank.
Oh, no.
Yes. So
Jesus.
I dried them out and they sort of work, but they don't charge properly, and it's a shame. You got to.
I've just invested in a new pair of over-ear Sony earphones
Oh, right.
to wear out,
Yeah. And are they working? Are they comfortable?
Haven't arrived just yet.
Oh, I see.
They're on the way.
Oh, give us the blurb once you try them out.
Yeah, will. Well, I love to listen, and outdoors and walking along and stuff.
Yeah. Good.
And speaking, you can't really have. You can have a speaker in your pocket, but it's not anything like the same. So
No.
yeah. And earbuds are good, but I feel uncomfortable a bit with earbuds. So,
I understand. Totally.
and you get better noise isolation with the over ear.
You certainly do. That's no, absolutely the case. And good over ear. All my kids wear. It's sometimes we're like a house of zombies because people have got their over ear headphones on, and everyone's sort of in their own little sound world, and they're noise cancelling, so no one hears anyone.
That's right.
And we sort of just coexist sometimes, not all the time. But
a little bit of a trap for me because I need to hear what's going on in the outside world.
Yes, totally, I understand.
But it's got you can listen through. You can touch these in a certain place, and they will.
Yes.
You can hear the outside world.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. It's a bit of a meme in my household to jump scare people because they've got their headphones on and they don't expect someone to give them a shock.
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah.
Anyway.
Anyhow, all right. Well, we'll look forward to a report on those.
I'll keep you posted.
Oh
yeah.
yes, please do. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll hear now a sample of Bach Partita. Now, number 6, I think it is, BWV 830. I don't think I've got time to play the whole lot, but I'll play a bit. Maybe I'll just jump in about 6 or 7 minutes from the end.
Okay.
And just as a sample. And then I think there's other examples of Bach playing which I'd like to play as well.
Sure.
So this is a recording from 1947, and as I said, a Partita number 6. I think we'll probably get to hear the gavotte and jig, maybe a bit of the saraband as well. See, let's have a listen. It's a recording from 1947. Marcel Mayer playing Bach's Partita, number 6 BWV 830. Beautiful Bach playing. I love it. I love Bach. That's not too weighty, and it's just got this.
Got a lovely flow to it. Everything he does has got a lovely flow to
It's
it.
delicate and sort of. It takes you on a journey. I love following the lines. It just morphs and they just keep going and they take you on this marvellous road trip.
No jerks or anything like that.
No, it's not angular playing in any sense. It's beautifully fluent. And, well, I'm transfixed. I really like her music. And there's a lot of Bach. Now, I'd love to keep going and going and going, but I've got a choice. I could either play Bach's Chromatic Fantasy and Fugue in D minor or the Italian Concerto. Well, I don't know.
Sure, what a choice.
Well, maybe I'll play one this week and one next week, hey?
All right.
Well, Matt, shall we start? Shall we have the Chromatic Fantasy and Fugue?
Please. Yes.
Yeah, and this is very highly regarded. The reviews of this are just absolutely over the moon. People
Just going to suit her down to the ground. I can hear it.
Yeah, totally. So we'll hear this. It goes for about 12 minutes, but it'll be an amazing,
Most amazing composition.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's just groundbreaking. There's nothing.
Well, it was
like
literally, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was. It was indeed. So yeah, looking forward to this. We'll discover it together. The music of Marcel Mayer playing J.S. Bach. Well, that's playing of the highest order. Marcel Meyer playing the esteemed chromatic fantasy in fugue in D minor, BWV
Marvellous, wasn't
903. Oh, it was just fabulous.
What can you say, really?
Absolutely spellbound. That was some of the most remarkable playing. There was so much in that. It's like another universe. Very deeply felt and very keenly observed. There's so much nuance in the lines and the melismatic passages in the Fantasia at the start.
A lot of different emotions in that.
Yeah, I agree.
Runs the gamut, and she picks it all up.
She certainly does, and I really like the soft touch, the velvet touch.
I know.
It's beautiful. It's so delicate, and it's lovely hearing. It's sometimes nice to hear Bach without the high drama, the heavy drama.
It's easy to overthump it, isn't it?
Yeah, or sometimes it's great like that too, and it just depends on the mood. But I just really enjoyed this sort of rather introspective interpretation. Right?
It's interesting because it's not the way you automatically think of it, is it?
That's
so
right.
You think of it as a German type thing.
Yes, indeed, absolutely. No, it's just so lovely to hear it just imagined this way, and it's very thought-provoking, and I will have that on my favourite playlist, and I will be listening to it many, many, many times over.
You bet.
And it's got something new in for me. Well, that's superb. I'm really pleased I've stumbled upon Marcel Meyer, and there's a lot more, and we'll feature further. I will feature just the middle movement from the Italian Concerto as our write-out today.
Yes, sure. That's lovely.
Yeah, the beautiful Andante. It's so gorgeous.
Superb.
And I'd like to hear the way she approaches this, because it's quite I'd say Spartan, but it's with that ground bass. It's a very again, very introspective, I suppose, and quite sad. But, anyhow, it should be around tomorrow. I expect to be around tomorrow.
I should be okay.
Yeah, I've got a whole lot of schoolwork to catch up on.
Yes, you poor fella.
I want to do hobbies, but I can't. But never mind, that's all right. We'll do that. And then Sunday, I've got a photography thing in the afternoon, but I should be back by the missions time.
Having some people over, actually, to Leighton's having a very special birthday.
Oh, fabulous.
He's had it, and we're taking the opportunity to have him over with Christine and another couple who are close friends of us.
Oh, how lovely is that? Well, please do wish him all the very, very best from me.
I certainly shall. And I was telling about your mishap, and he was very saddened to hear it.
He'd understand. Yeah. Well, please wish him all the very best. I look forward to catching up with him at the club next time. Yeah, thank you, Frank. Thank you for sharing and all this. It's been just such a delight to share music with you and know that you're listening like I am, and I'm sure the listener too. It's just sort of it's like being in the room together.
It's a privilege. Thank you.
Oh, likewise, and with the listener too, with anyone that's listening, enjoying and sharing their love, as they say.
It's lovely to think other people, we hope, enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the wonder of radio and the internet. Of course.
Of course, absolutely. Yay. All right, thank you again, and have a lovely evening, and we'll catch you tomorrow afternoon, all being well, and listeners too, and I'm vk3sl.
vk3jr going clear.
Okay, until soon.